what are the expectations for you, like for the defense this season? Because they're already number one in pretty much every stat category. They're the best in EPA per play. They're the best in sacks, pressures. They have the defensive player of the year. I mean, what are your expectations for them this season? Welcome back to another episode of the Broncos Avenue podcast. I'm your host, Amir Farrell, with my co-host, Evan Petruk. The Denver Broncos have been named a prime landing spot for one of the most high-profile pass rushers currently on the market. We'll be sure to dive into that and plenty more regarding our expectations for the Broncos defense this season. It's been getting a lot of praise and hype recently. But Evan, how you doing, man? It's been a little minute.
Yeah, I'm good. I enjoyed a weekend on the lake, the nearest nice lake to me. There's not really many lakes around here, but my uncle's got a place there, so we had a little family get together. It was his birthday, so I guess it is his birthday today technically. So happy birthday to my uncle! But yeah, no, it was a good time. It's kind of weird because in Canada it's our Independence Day. It's Canada Day tomorrow, but the stat is on the Tuesday, so it wasn't a long weekend, so it was kind of all chopped. So I worked today, and then I have tomorrow off. So it's a little odd, but I mean, what can you do about that kind of thing? So it was a good weekend, though. Went fishing; it was fun.
It's good to hear, and hope everyone else had a good weekend as well. And I know July 4th is coming up. Make sure you guys stay safe. I know a lot of accidents and whatnot happened, and just a lot of crime in the July 4th weekend, unfortunately, usually happens. So please, guys, stay safe and spend time with your loved ones and everything. But let's go ahead and jump into the news of today's episode. NFL writer Ethan Woody called the Broncos a sneaky team to possibly sign three-time Pro Bowl edge rusher Za'Darius Smith. His quote regarding the situation in the article: "The Broncos stick out to me as a sneaky team who might have a weaker depth chart edge than you think. The starters are set between Nick Bonitto and Jonathon Cooper, but it gets thin quickly behind them." Interesting he's saying that there. Jonah Ellis is the projected third pass rusher as it stands today, and though he had a decent rookie season, it's a leap of faith to pencil him in to a major role this year. Convincing Smith to sign on for a backup role might be tricky, but he'd still be on the field a ton in Denver. I find that really interesting, and like, no disrespect to any writers and Woody in specific here, but I feel like and I've said this even before. Like I remember it was last year. It was like right after. Yeah, it was like during training camp. And what's his name? What's the Rich Eisen, the dude that runs the 40. I have nothing but respect for Rich Eisen. We've collaborated on a post on Instagram before, and I've obviously watched his show a few times, and he seems like a good dude. But I remember after all the stuff, came out about Bo Nix being the QB3 after the initial depth chart came out, and everyone like blew that out of proportion. But like simply just doing a little bit of research on where the progress and development and performances during training camp and OTAs it was very obvious Bo Nix was like in the lead, but we all know what Sean Payton. This is how Sean Payton is. Like the rookies, he's on his initial depth charts. He almost always, like every single time, has the rookies at the bottom of the depth chart. So where I'm getting at it with is, I feel like sometimes just doing a little quick like Google search, even at the bare minimum, not even have to go watch a ton of film or whatever. Just a quick Google search would have showed you that we have DeAndre Tillman, Jonah Ellis, Q Robinson, who's literally been dominating this whole offseason, who's literally a rookie who's almost looked like our best pass rusher. I mean, it's hard to say because the pads aren't on, but we saw way more praise from him than any other edge rusher on this team. Like, just drafted that guy in the, what was it, the fourth round? So I mean, Joan Allison at third last year, Dondre Tillman, who literally led the UFL or XFL, whatever it was, in sacks last year, or no, the year before. So I just don't see with the youth in your room, like why you would need to go spend however he's gonna want $7-8 million on a 1 year deal. And look, he was just released 4 to 5 days ago. Probably get picked up fairly soon. He's turning 33 years old in September, which obviously the age is concerned, but he's coming off a 9 sack, 25 pressure season with the Lions and Browns, despite his age. Like, that is very impressive. We don't see that very often. But like I said, with the youth you have right now, it just doesn't make sense to bring him in and kind of disrupt that development, similar to how we were talking about Amari Cooper in the last episode.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I mean, uh, you don't get to lead the NFL in sacks and break the franchise record for most sacks by having a thin depth chart at edge rusher. So I don't really understand where this guy's getting his information from. But I
Yeah.
mean, not to discredit Za'Darius Smith, but I just think that, like you said, the fact that we have a young, hungry depth chart of edge rushers. Um, it's like Von Miller. I'd rather have Von Miller than Za'Darius Smith, but I just think that the fact that that he, I'm more interested in the fact that he said that we have a thin depth chart at edge than the fact that he's talking about signing Za'Darius Smith. So, I mean, I don't know where that guy got his media degree, but what's that? What's that high school? That fake high school that they had a couple years ago?
Oh,
Do you remember
Bishop,
that?
Psycho, or
Bishop
whatever.
or Bishop Sycamore or whatever it is.
Sycamore. I don't know
Yeah.
why I said Psycho.
Yeah.
Bishop Sycamore.
Yeah, he got his media degree from Bishop Sycamore, but I mean, I don't have a media degree, so I can't really talk. But I mean, hey, I mean, if you're just saying shit for views, I mean, pretty sure everyone does that. But I just think that the fact that you're bringing in a veteran pass rusher in the room is not necessarily a bad thing, but considering, like I said, led the NFL in sacks last year, I mean, it's a very pointless move to make. I think the cap is well spent elsewhere.
Yeah, 100% agree. Let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, I could see maybe someone arguing pro Za'Darius Smith to Denver if the contract details were very very minimal. But given like where he like, I guarantee you he wants one last like solid contract before he probably starts looking at those veteran minimums. And honestly, this might even be his like one of his last seasons in the NFL. So he's gonna be looking. I'm gonna guess he's gonna sign like a 1 year like $6 million deal with like a contender. And I just don't think that contender is gonna be the Broncos. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Also want to talk a little bit about another article. Bleacher Report's Matt Holder ranked. Speaking of our edge rushers, Jonathon Cooper and Nick Bonitto as the NFL's top pass rushing duo. He said these two were some of the most consistent edge rushers in the NFL last year. Their potential moving forward is through the roof. I want to ask you, Evan. We look at this defense from top to bottom, and Mina Kimes was praising the defense the other day on ESPN, saying that there's isn't a single weakness in this group. I'm seeing PFF glazes defense constantly. I read in an article Alex Singleton said it's weird not having a goal to be the best defense in football this year since they already hold that title. Like been it's kind of like they kind of already beat the game in a way. Like they haven't won a Super Bowl, and that's always going to be the biggest goal. But like aside from that goal, usually you want to be the best defense in the league because that's what the defensive players they can only control. Um, what are the expectations for you, like for the defense this season? Because they're already number one in pretty much every stat category. They're the best in EPA per play. They're the best in sacks, pressures. They have the defensive player of the year. I mean, what are your expectations for them this season?
Well, I mean, I just think the fact that we're not even 2 years removed from the I'm not even going to mention the name, the week three. Um,
Oh yeah, the
yeah,
debacle in Miami.
yeah, yeah. Not even 2 years removed for that from that, and we're being called the best defense in the NFL after an off season. I just like to clap it up for the guys on that one because I honestly thought that it was another 10 years of darkness after that performance, but. It's crazy, man. The Bo Nix effect is so real. I was listening to John Middlecoff today on the volume with Colin Coward and he was, or it might have been on the 3 and Out, but Colin Coward and John Middlecoff, they were doing a show together and they were talking about how it's not even close. Like Denver's the hardest hitting defense in the league. Even if you get Hafunga or Greenlaw playing all 17 games, you don't have to have both of them playing all 17 games. Like
Yeah.
it's not even close. And guys talk, oh, dude, Steelers fans are so insufferable. I know this is a Broncos podcast, but they get Jalen Ramsey and they're talking like they're about to win the Super. And I can't remember who it was that posted about it. I don't think it was Rap Sheet, but someone posted and it was like, um, a team that goes and signs or picks up Jalen Ramsey and signs him to a deal is not a team that doesn't have Super Bowl aspirations. I'm like, dude, doesn't every team have Super Bowl aspirations going into the season? Like, isn't that the end goal of all teams? I don't see why you wouldn't have Super Bowl aspirations, but I don't even think it's remotely close. Like, I think Ravens are probably the close second. I know the Eagles lost some key pieces last year, but I think that the goals that we should set for the defense are just to, live up to the expectations. Like, I don't even care if they're the best defense in the NFL, but if they live up to their, expectations of performing and maybe we break that sack record we set last year and maybe we get a couple more interceptions and, maybe excuse lack for a better term here, but lay the wood a little bit, like
Fucking yo,
like lay the hammer. Like I can't,
bro,
what
you're
I
not
mean.
making it work.
Like be the hardest hitting defense in the league. Like I don't like it's laying the wood, not like the word for that. Like oh man, like
you've done it to me every time, bro. You've done it to me every. I say one little sus thing. You said like the most sus thing, bro.
I know. I'm sorry, lack of a better term there, but I definitely think that just the fact that if everyone can stay healthy and be consistent, like we have the talent to be one of the most dominant defenses of all time, like right up there with the no-fly zone and the Legion of Boom and that 2000s Ravens team, like in the 84 Bears, I think the other good one is. But like it on paper and the potential of its defense is exponential and it's exciting, man. Like I don't remember the last time I was this excited for an NFL season. I mean, saying that like I'm excited for an NFL season every year, but just like the expectations I'm setting, like talking about the floor, like what's the floor of this team? Like looking at the schedule, like is it 10 wins the floor? Like when is the last time we were able to say that about this team? That 10 wins is the floor for this team.
Yeah, that's honestly it might be 10 wins.
I mean, we play the whole AFC South, and that's like I'm sorry to the AFC South fans, but that's at least 3 wins. Like I know I want to knock on wood right now, but like it's we play the Jets, like we're in a good spot with the schedule. Like they were talking about it on the 3 and out. Like it's crazy. Denver's floor might be 10 wins. And I know Colin Cowherd has the Chargers winning the division, which doesn't really make sense to me. But I mean, I'm also a little biased as a Broncos fan, but the Chiefs are obviously still there. But I mean, we were a blocked field goal away from a sweep last year. Maybe it would have been different if the Chiefs had to play their starters in week 18, but we're not going to talk about that. But the Chargers, if we split with the Chargers, split with the Chiefs, and sweep the Raiders, we have a very, very good shot at winning the division. So, I mean, like I said, I think the floor of this team's 10 wins, which is insane. I can't believe I'm saying that after that incident that happened in week 3.
Yeah, going back to the Mika Fitzpatrick and Jalen Ramsey thing early on, I saw the Steelers fan saying that he's glad that they got rid of Mika Fitzpatrick because he got like trucked by Derrick Henry in the playoffs. Like Jalen Ramsey is about to get his shit completely rocked by every running back in that division.
I love Jalen Ramsey coming out of Florida State, but like he is so washed, man. Like he was so good on Jacksonville, he's so good on the Rams, but like dog.
Did you see they're giving him a raise? He's making like $27 million this season.
Dude, like, I mean, you have to play against Jamar Chase twice a year, dog. Like, I mean...
He's about to be burnt toast, bro.
Man.
His career trajectory is like very predictable at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't pick his... And, like, it's going to be bad. Like, how is Mike Tomlin going to control Jalen Ramsey and DK Metcalf throwing hands at practice?
Yeah, they really got Aaron Rodgers, Jonnu Smith, Jalen Ramsey, and DK Metcalf this offseason. It's like, yeah, this shit would have been hard 6 years ago, but good luck to them, man. They're not.
Yo, I'm low-key a Jonnu Smith lover, though. Like, that guy won me fantasy games last year, so shout out to Jonnu Smith, though.
Yeah, the Kyle Pitts fantasy owners are not giving him a damn shout out. Uh, Another cool stat I saw today, just to wrap up the show. The Broncos have the highest rate of returning players in the NFL today, with an 86% retention rate. It's just funny as hell looking back, like seeing that stat and looking back at like everyone who thought nobody was gonna want to sign with the Broncos or re-sign for this matter, just because everything with Sean Payton calling out the Jets and him having like an attitude issue and being a hard ass. And now he's like, with this stat, it like literally shows that our organization is like more loved, and they like players want to come back more than any team in the NFL. It's just funny how like some jokes like wrote themselves. You mentioned the Dolphins game. After that game, it was like nobody's gonna want to fucking come back to this team. Not a single player is gonna want
I
to resign to
remember
this
I
team.
remember Pat Senior was like on Twitter like crashing out, like get my son off this team and like getting all pissed off. And I was working at my uncle's farm and I was in the tractor watching this game, and I was
Oh
looking
boy.
at my phone and I'm like, wow, like it's over. Like we are never ever gonna be good ever again. Like it was almost like laughable. Like I actually wanted them to go for the record. Like I was at that point where I was like, yeah,
Oh
honestly,
hell no.
just let them score the most points. Honestly, man, it'd be cool to see. I'd be a part of history on the wrong end. But then Marvin Mims got that kick return, which was hype, I guess. So
Cut the lead down to 42.
Chris Paul.
Insert Chris Paul meme. Oh man, but yeah, I'm super excited for the defense this year, man. It's I don't think any other fan base can say can be as confident in their defense as Broncos country is, and it's super exciting. I mean, from top to bottom, like Mina Kimes and all these other guys, NFL analysts are saying like there's seriously like we try so hard to pinpoint a hole in this defense, and you really can't find one. And the first thing you can say is like, if this guy gets injured or this guy gets injured, like that's a good thing that we're looking at third stringers as our potential holes. When other teams, they're like, I wish we would have drafted a corner in the first, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, very excited for this defense this year. Let us know in the comments what you guys think the floor is for this team, this defense in general, the win loss total. Appreciate all your comments and everything. Be sure to stay tuned with us here on the pod. But I'm your host, Amir Farrell, co-host Evan Petruk. See you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody. Peace out.